Hello and welcome to my workshop. My name is Chris Pine. Today's project is going to be a fairly simple wall shelf for my son's room. I'm going to put it above the head of his bed. The wood that I will be using is some red oak that I salvaged from an old bunk bed that actually used to be in that very same room, and my two sons used to use that bunk bed a few years ago. The thing had gotten to where it was just almost fallen down, so I took it apart. We got him some different beds. But I always kept that lumber because it was perfectly good. But we're going to use it today, make a wall shelf. Let's get started. You can see just my really high-tech planning material here. And I've made a basic drawing of the side of the shelf. The shelves will be 11 inches here. This is the side where the shelf will go in. So 11 inches deep, 11 inches tall, I should say. Another one at 11 inches tall. And then this one approximately 8 inches tall. And they will also be approximately 11 inches in depth this way, as well as this one. See the cut that I make here makes this one about 6 inches. So it's a fairly simple shelf project, and I've traced out on the wood here, I don't know if you can see the lines, where those dados are going to go. This is one of the side pieces, and I've got the down here at the bottom, if you look, this is going to be the part that tapers down at the bottom, and we'll cut that out probably with the jigsaw. But first I need to cut these dados, and to do that I'm going to go to my dado head cutter on the table saw. Okay, I got the first dado cut in the side piece, and here's one of the shelves just to see how that fits. Oh, beautiful. The wood ended up being about 11/16 inches thick, so my dado is cut accordingly. And the way that I cut the dado, some may have a problem with that, and that's fine. We all have our way of doing things, and we have to have personal responsibility. I just use the fence when I cut this dado, just like this, and it's a 1/2 inch deep, and I just pushed it through up against the fence. Now, as long as you hold on to this piece of wood and you're careful, there should be no issue doing it that way. However, I say to you, whatever you're not comfortable with, do not do. So if you have to make a sled to do this, then do so. But for me, this is fine. It worked out great. So I'm going to cut the other dados, and we'll move on from there. I dry fit the pieces together that I have thus far. I need to glue up some pieces for the top. Otherwise, this is 100% of the recycled material that I got from the bunk bed. Here is the glue up for the top, which I had to use some new lumber to do that with. On the front edge of these shelves, I wanted to round the corners over, so I just traced a profile here of a round and then cut it with the bandsaw, and I'm sanding it smooth. So that ought to be nice, just to keep from a kid catching his head on it or something. My favorite part, we're ready for some assembly at this point. Okay, I'm going to put this back piece on with the screws in the pocket holes. I now have the unit upside down with the bottom laying on the floor, and I've got to get down here and install. I've got it lined up. I need to get down here and install the pocket hole screws into the top now. And to do that, I'm going to use a little smaller drill because I have a smaller area to work in with the square-headed bit on it. The finish that I used for the bookshelf was polyurethane, semi-gloss polyurethane, and I dilute it down with some paint thinner. I think it absorbs into the wood a lot better. I put 3 coats and I just buff between with an abrasive pad in between each coat, and I even use a little paste wax at the end to give it a little more protection even after the finish has fully cured. And it's time to go hang this on the wall, so let's go see if we can get that done. Okay, it's hung on the wall. I just put a few things up there. I'm sure it'll be full of junk relatively fast. Anyway, neat little project. I'm sure I'll get a lot of use out of it. Another project complete. Recycled the wood from a bunk bed. It'll get a lot of use in my son's room. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Thanks so much for watching. I'd appreciate a like on the video. If you're not a subscriber, I would invite you to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. For those of you who are loyal subscribers, thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Have a great week. God bless. We'll see you next time.